reviews and testimonials have to play a really, really important part. I mean, if you think about, they have to play an important part in organic growth and client acquisition. If you think about it, the minute you're talking to a prospect, the very first thing that the prospect wants to know is, can I trust this advisor? Is this advisor going to, are they going to keep my best interests in mind? Giving somebody control of your money is very emotional, and consumers want to feel that connection. And the only way that, or I should say, one of the easiest ways for brands to sort of create that social proof and transparency is by publishing what their current consumers are saying. That user-generated content, that authentic voice is what creates that social proof and transparency that prospects relate to. This is proven on the product side. If you think about what products you buy on Amazon, the first thing that we always look at is, do they have reviews? What number of reviews? And we look at the star rating. Our minds are wired that way. And we're slowly seeing this being adopted in the services industries, specifically in the financial advisor space. I would say that in the lead gen world, what we see is the consumer actually does all their research before they even get on a call with that advisor. And so, I would say 80, 90% of their impression is already made before they already speak with you. And having those authentic voices of your clients out there helps bridge that sort of gap. It will enable somebody, it'll make the difference between someone saying, do I really want to speak to this advisor? Right? Or if they've had a couple of consultations, they say, do I really want to have my second or third meeting? Or do I want to transfer my money? And so I think, it plays an important role in that journey of building trust, of building, authentic connections. And from our perspective, every advisor out there has an opportunity to embrace reviews and testimonials. You've got a client base, and what most advisors, may not recognize is your happy clients, people who have been with you for years, are looking for avenues by which they can help, right? I know when I have a good experience with a service provider, whether it's a handyman or whether it's somebody who fixes my AC, I absolutely want to make sure that person can get more business. I send it out to my friends, to my network. And I think that's true, that's true for most people.
So Rishi's totally aligned with us, and he's seeing it from advisors across the country. As I mentioned previously, when we think about why reviews, we also know it's radically boosting SEO. And if I tell you this radically, when we're doing the audits across all of our clients' accounts, we're seeing those firms with client reviews way outranking firms without those reviews. And so I was wondering, I was like, Rishi, do you have any insight? Why is that happening? And this is what he had to say.
It's no secret. I think what's happening is Google is starting to recognize the authenticity of user-generated content. If you think about it, most advisors, and no disrespect to, the millions of dollars that get spent on website design and content and social media posts, all of those are important. But if you think about it, all of that is written from the voice of the advisor. That content is, I don't want to say it's canned, but it's standardized for the most part. When you open up reviews, testimonial, feedback, you're now getting what consumers actually feel about their experience. And that content is not canned. And so Google knows the importance of this. It comes back to, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but social proof, trust, transparency. Reviews are almost like getting a referral from a friend. And there's a lot of power to that. So think about it. You're not going to refer somebody to a close friend of yours unless you're very confident or you can share with them that you've had a great experience, because it's kind of your word. And that's the power when somebody goes and writes a review online, right? And so that's what the search algorithms now are looking for, is this unique content that's, that's user generated, and they elevate sites that have that both in terms of quality and quantity.